5 investigates with a look back in time at the most severe pandemic in recent history before COVID-19.
Our Mike Beaudet discovered lessons that can be learned from the 1918 influenza pandemic, which hit Massachusetts especially hard.
The 1918 influenza pandemic was a major public health crisis. At least 50 million people died across the world. 5 investigates talked to historians and scoured archives to piece together the past and learn from it. While everyone doesn't agree where the virus originated, its spread in America can be traced to this spot, Commonwealth Pier, now the site of the Seaport World Trade Center in Boston. Boston's Commonwealth Pier, where sailors passed through on their way to Europe to fight in World War I, and where the 1918 influenza pandemic first made inroads in the United States.
Many people called it the Purple Death.
Historian Kenneth C. Davis wrote the book More Deadly Than War about the pandemic, fueled by an especially deadly strain of the virus.
They were choking, gasping for breath because their lungs were filling with fluid. And when you don't get enough air into your lungs, you turn blue.
From Commonwealth Pier, the virus spread 40 miles west to Fort Devens, then known as Camp Devens, soon overrunning the hospital. A military doctor recalled the scene in his memoirs. They are placed on the cots until every bed is full, and yet others crowd in. The faces soon wear a bluish cast. In the morning, the dead bodies are stacked about the morgue like cordwood. A memorial erected at Devens in 2018 to mark the century since the pandemic honors the more than 15,000 who became sick there and the more than 800 people who lost their lives. These white headstones in air memorialize soldiers whose families did not claim their bodies. One soldier who recovered wrote home about the deaths. "I am out of the hospital now and back with the company again, but am not feeling very strong yet. My lungs are pretty weak. I am sorry, tell Pa about the steer, but tell him he is pretty lucky. There was over 1,000 deaths right here at Devens."
Camp Devens, I'd have to say, was probably, as well as Boston proper, was one of the most hard-hit places in America.
After a summer respite, the flu returned to the Boston area in the fall of 1918. Scenes like this open-air hospital in Brookline's Corey Hill became familiar.
It went from military installation quickly into the civilian population.
That September, a Salem woman wrote in her diary about the flu's toll. Most depressing day after bad news from Eugene. He died at 6:40 a.m. Several thousand cases in city with great shortage of nurses and doctors. Theaters, churches, gatherings of every kind stopped. Nurses like these in Boston made masks. A medical officer from the Portsmouth Naval Shipyard wrote, "Employees should be warned not to visit the city of Boston or its suburbs except upon urgent business."
Pretty amazing to think that these are people that died over 100 years ago, and that one of them died in a pandemic, and we're having another pandemic.
Cheryl Dinan's great-uncle Stephen Percy Mclaughlin died in the 1918 pandemic. He's buried at New Calvary Cemetery in Mattapan.
He was 29.
Mclaughlin was from Roxbury.
He joined the U.S. Navy when the World War I began and died with the famous Spanish influenza epidemic of 1918.
Dinan is reading from a letter one of her relatives wrote to her about her great-uncle.
"Your grandmother Therese used to tell me much about Steve and how much she loved him and enjoyed his piano playing and singing voice."
Mclaughlin died at Chelsea Naval Hospital a little more than a week after getting sick. His death 102 years ago is now resonating with Dinan more than ever. She's a nurse who's cared for patients with COVID-19.
People say it's going to be a new normal, and I think it will be a new normal for a while.
Prevention and quarantine and isolation and social distancing absolutely worked in 1918. And when those measures were relaxed too soon, the results were usually pretty bad.
Historian Kenneth C. Davis says there are lessons to be learned.
We have to really be on our guard that what happened in 1918 doesn't reoccur.
Cheryl Dinan sees parallels and even a sign of hope. Her great-uncle did not survive the flu, but her grandfather did, and ultimately went on to open a successful auto dealership in Cambridge.
One of the things that I took away, because my grandfather also became very ill, but he survived and went on to make quite a nice life for himself, is that this will end. I mean, we will get past this.
More than 100,000 people in the United States have died from COVID-19 so far, a fraction of the devastation caused by the 1918 influenza virus. After that pandemic was over, an estimated 675,000 Americans had lost their lives. Mike Bodette, 5 Investigates.